Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. It's another beautiful day here, Saturday, August the 10th. Excuse me. Oh, here we go again with the farm miles. You know how my mind is. I just can't let something go until I get a decision made and move forward with it. So I have made the decision. This video will probably come out after the fact, where I ask you guys to give me your opinion. Actually, I'm filming this the very next day, so I've made a decision. I'm gonna fix the Super C, and I'll divulge a little bit more information as to why as we go along, and I'm trying to get the swap made to get the Super C in the shop and get the tank off of it, and hopefully get to clean these tanks out. So let's see if I can get this one running and back into the shop. Probably going to be pretty loud. We have a crude, is a nice way of putting it, starting apparatus and fuel delivery system. And that's not to say the bad spot on the flywheel on this one, but so let's see what we can do. Keep in mind, on my OCD, there's nothing that I'm going to reference here that can't be fixed, but if I'm going to work on something, I might as well work on the bigger of the two. I didn't intend on buying another tractor, didn't intend on finding a Super C. It really worked out. So like I said, Dylan had been looking for a lot of those parts. They're sought after, and they're really expensive. So I cut him a really good deal. He was more than pleased with it. It helped me out with the tractor itself, and then running was just a benefit. So this one developed a pretty good hydraulic leak out of the reservoir touch control. I don't know if it's had water in it and cracked the case, or if it's just leaking around an O-ring or a seal. It's kind of hard to tell into there. It almost looks like it's not coming from the shafts. This tractor has set out, I think, most of its life, so I don't know. The second thing is the bolster has been welded. We talked about that in the last video, I think. Not a big deal. I don't think it would ever have a problem, but you know what? It is what it is. It's cracked right there. And yeah, my cultivator is going to be hanging off the side, putting extra stress on that already broke piece. Don't like the carburetor on it at all. I'm not sure if that's where it came from, but I've seen some, I'll just say some less than desirable carburetors come through different websites, and I think that's one of them. I may be wrong. The radiator leaks, unfortunately. It's got the vertical obsolete Delco Remy distributor in it. That's a magneto conversion. Everything is still 6-volt. And the three big items, one, I'm gonna have to do something with the governor. It's not working hardly at all. It's got a lot of play in it. I'm not sure if that bearing, the needles have come out of it, springs broke, whatever. It smokes like a freight train, honestly. I'm very disappointed in that. And then the biggest problem is that the needle barely moves when you crank it. Hardly any oil pressure. I've swapped that gauge out with a Super C just to make sure, and the gauge is fine on both of them. This one just doesn't have oil pressure. Could just be sludge in the motor, screen, I don't know, whatever. But if I'm gonna have to dive into either one, it's gonna be the Super C for various reasons. So this one will be the donor tractor for right now. I'm not sure what the future will hold for it. The little motor runs like a sewing machine, so I'm not gonna say that, you know, I might not tear it apart over the winter or next winter or something, but can't spend a whole lot of time on these. I need to get it going, get my cultivators mounted and side dressing units done so that I can move on to the next project. So let's get started. Well, there's no way you can see that. No. But let me just say, that did amazing with just vinegar. Probably should have left it on there longer, but it's not rusty anywhere but at the bottom. So I'm going to put another piece of chain in, fill it back up, and I'm going to let it sit over the weekend and really work on that rust, and then we'll shake it back around, knock the rest of it off, and I believe we'll be good. Now I'm gonna put a stand-up strainer in it just so no metal or rust flakes get in there, because as you all know, there's a baffle right there, so there's no way to get behind it and really get that cleaned or, you know, coated unless they cut a hole in it and go in, you know, radiator shop or something. I'm not going through all that. So all right, that worked out great. I'll bring you back after the weekend and show you how it looks. we're back on the farm miles today. I need to get a few things wrapped up and move on to other projects that are more pressing right now. So definitely stay tuned for that. Dump truck, gleaner, combine, headers, Gordon's truck, you name it. But Dylan stopped by yesterday. You've seen the high-speed footage of that. We got the fast hitch off, everything that he needed, the fertilized drives. We got one arm up here on the hydraulics that he needs for the bar that goes back for the plow. I need to swap that out. It's stuck. I've got it soaking right now. We'll get that off and I'll get it to him. So we're gonna try to get the tires and wheels swapped around so that I can get this one around back for right now and finish covered up and decide what the fate is later on. But as you figured out by now and we've talked about, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix this. And oil pressure and hydraulics are the biggest issue right now. If it smokes, it smokes. Tank is cleaning. It's on its third round of vinegar now with more chain in it. So probably clean that out. I'm not gonna worry about capturing that on video, but I'll keep you posted on how that process goes. And there's the bottom to one of the John Blue side dressing units, and I'll show you. Dylan had the other two that he picked up for me from Facebook Marketplace. And I did get the strainer that goes in the sediment bowl. Keeps, you know, from getting rust flakes right at the bottom. So a lot of people said that works good. There's a part number for what I got. This one actually, the sediment bowl, went ahead and got a new one. Need to drill this out to 7/32 and slide that down in there and probably solder it. Went ahead and got a new sediment bowl. It's not the deep ones. I'm not sure which one go on these, but it was kind of cheap. So got that going on. Let me go out here and show you the other stuff Dylan brought, and then we'll get to work. So here are the other two side dressers. Well, this is the top to the drive that's in the garage I just showed you, and then that's the whole drive and hopper and all. That's a homemade hopper, so actually it's larger, which is good. So I'm not sure what I'll end up doing. I might end up trying to fab me one up or something, but there's a couple more online that are a couple states away that I'm looking into trying to get a friend of a friend that does hot shotting to grab them and bring them down for me, and so they're complete units. But can't go wrong with the John Blue stuff on that. It's a whole lot less expensive. And then here's cultivator arms and feet. This is all stuff for the Cub. There's a couple more pieces that go with it, but we did some trading on this a long time ago, so he delivered all that, and he brought me his drawbar that came off his Super C when he bought the fast hitch. So anyway, let's get to work. Yeah, I figured that was gonna work too good. we got the tires swapped and seats swapped for now. So thought I'd do a cold start on it one last time. I have a feeling it's going to be sitting for a while, so get it pulled around back. We got to get a trailer up here in front of the shop, do some work on it, see what happens. Well, here it is. I got the belly bar back on it, changed the seat over, tires on, saw a little bit of that. Still got the hydraulic arm to get off. May end up having to change the whole shaft, but do a little tweaking on the radiator, finish the gas tank up sometime on a rainy day, get a good little battery for it, get it crank up and run, you know, move it around, moving some trailers and stuff, and we'll go ahead and run me some hydraulic lines back and make me some remotes back there so I can, you know, move the hay bind and disc or whatever I need to. But hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's been kind of crazy over the last month or so in my videoing, because I think when I started this one it was at least 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe not quite that long, but anyway, I think I'll be happy with a little Super C. The C will be fine here around back for right now. We'll address that one day when I get caught up. You know, I love saving this old farm equipment and bringing it back to life and putting it to use. So I go down one rabbit hole sometimes and hit a dead end and turn around and come back out and go down another one. I know it's hard to keep up at times, but it is what it is. It's what we're doing here at IP Farms, and that's what I bring you guys along for. So that being said, we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Stay tuned. I've got several videos coming out. Work on Glenda, work on Gordon's truck. We got to get some trailers moved around and situated for my corn sales this year, if I have anything to harvest. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate you following along the journey. See what happens. Till next time, thank you.